Good morning everybody. I've decided to make a bream and tench video again. So I've come down to my local lake. Everything looks quite good. The weeds just starting to come up, and I've seen a few bream top on the surface. I've just put my PVA bags out there, small PVA bags, pellets, a little bit of hemp oil and my hook bait, 2 pieces of sweet corn. They've been out there a couple of hours now. I haven't had any bleeps or anything, but there are 1 or 2 fish in the area and they're on the surface, and there's no wind, which is good. It's 8 degrees, and all I can do now is sit and wait for one of those bite alarms to go off, and fingers crossed we'll have a good fish on the end. Yeah, so what we've got here, we've got some nice juicy halibut pellets. They're going to be going in my PVA bag, my small PVA bags. And this is all I'm using, sweet corn, just from the corner shop. I got 6 tins for about £1.50. Can't go wrong. A nice cheap bait, and you can catch some really big fish on it. So let's get a PVA bag out there and see if we can catch one of those big elusive fish. Yeah, another thing that I like to put in my PVA bags is hemp oil. So when the PVA bag dissolves, it leaves a nice oily slick in the water, and it attracts the big fish. And the one good thing about this is that when you put it in the PVA bag, it doesn't dissolve the PVA bag because it's not water based. So that's another good attractant to put in your PVA bags. Well, here we go. We're going to put some hemp oil in there now. Let it soak all the way down to the bottom, and that's going to be some really nice attraction for any fish in the area. Now all we've got to do is just, it's very fiddly, but using small PVA bags it is a bit fiddly. There we go, another small PVA bag full of hemp oil ready to go. So there's my grains of sweet corn. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hook the barbless hook into the end of the PVA bag, so it sits off just like that, and there we are, the bait's ready to go. Yeah, so this is the lake that I'm fishing. It's not the biggest lake in the world, but it holds some nice double figure tench. You've got some nice double figure bream in here as well, and there are 1 or 2 carp, and I've heard tales of one of them going over 40 pounds, a 40-pound common. So if I was to catch that today, I would definitely be happy. As I say, I've just got one rod round 50 yards out into the middle, and this one's a bit closer. I'll put it in round about 30 to 35 yards. So fingers crossed some fish is going to come across the bait and have a go.
Well, I've been here 3 hours now, nothing's happened, so I'm going to introduce some more bait into my swim, and hopefully this might pull in some tench and some bream. Well, we're 4 hours in now and no fish, so it looks like we're going to be coming back in a couple of weeks, but I'm not too disappointed, because things you see when you're fishing makes it all worthwhile getting up early morning.
So I'm going to show you the method mix I'm using today. It's from Bait Tech. It's a very good method mix. I find it works really well on tough waters, and every fish likes it. Barbel, roach, chub, bream, even carp. Absolutely love this sort of stuff. So that's what I'm going to be mixing today. And of course we've got the good old sweet corn. Never fails for any sort of species. Tench, bream, roach, rudd, carp, everything loves a bit of sweet corn. And also with this, I like to add a bit of Bait Tech hemp oil, and I find it really does attract a lot more fish, and you do get a lot more bites if you mix this into your method mix. So give it a go. So let's mix them up, and we'll cast back out there again and see if we can get some of them big fish. So here we have me bait bucket. I'm going to put some of my method mix in there. That's lovely. Put a few bits of sweet corn in there as well. There we go. That should get the good old tench going. And we'll finish it off with a little bit of hemp oil. There we go. That's lovely. And then just mix it all together. And we'll see if we can get one of them big
elusive tench that's in this place. I've had them up to £6, but there is fish over £10 in here, so fingers crossed we'll get one. Right, so give it a good mix round, and then you see what sort of texture that is. It's a little bit soft, but all I have to do is just add a little bit of water into the mix, and that should harden it up when it's going around my feeder. Right, let's bring the rods in and let's cast out there again.
There we go, there's me ball of me method mix. Just going to cast this into the swim now. Now what tench, bream, carp could resist this little bundle of goodies? Let's cast it in and see if we can catch a fish.
Well, it happened again. I was just putting one of the rods out and one of my other rods went off. I had to go straight onto that rod, and I didn't have time to record. I had no time to react because I have to manoeuvre it through a few weed beds before it actually gets to the landing stage. So I didn't really have time to turn the camera on. Sorry about that, guys, that you didn't actually see the fight. It was a good fight. It did take me into the weed beds, but at least we've landed the fish. So fingers crossed next time I'll get the take and we'll get a bit of filming with me playing the fish. Somewhere in here is a nice tench. You can see him trying to get out the bottom there. They're so strong, these fish. There he is. About £45. Let's get him out and have a look. Well, I was about right. £4 9 ounces of pure muscle, this tench. So I'm quite happy to catch it because I've been here 5 times and I've blanked, and perseverance, innit? There you go, a nice, gorgeous little tinker. Sorry guys, I didn't get it on film, but everything happens so quick when sometimes it does when you're fishing. But I'm quite happy with this to start off with. So we'll put this one back and we'll continue baiting and see if we can get any of the bigger ones. Here we have a lovely big tench. Well, not big, but nice fish. £4 9 ounces. Going to be returned. There we go. Let's get you returned to the lake. There we go. Down into the weed. Lovely. Right, let's get out and get another one. Yeah, so what I'm doing now, all I'm doing is I'm just waiting for the next take. Weather's a bit manky today. The wind has calmed down somewhat. Still very drizzly though. Seen 1 or 2 fish on the surface just out there, so fingers crossed one of those is going to take the bait. But we've had 1 tench, which is good. Not too much else at the minute, but it is only early, and I have actually changed my my method of fishing. I've put on a feeder now, put some little balls of ground bait out there, and we've had a fish on it already, so it seems to be doing okay. I've changed from the PVA bags because I wasn't doing it any good with the pellets. So let's see how we do with the ground bait. Finally got a nice big tench. There he is, look. Beautiful tench. Well, another big tench caught. This one, £5.12. And what a scrap he put up in the margins. There you are, that's a nice female tench, isn't it? Nice big lump on the float in the margins. What a cracking fish. And yeah, first big fish of the season, and yeah, quite chuffed with that. It's a nice fish. Here's my tench going back in. Where you go? Nice big tench. There we go.